No two humans have the same character. No two humans have the same fingerprints. Even identical twins born on the same day, same hour, have different personality. Now imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that everything you've been doing, everything you've been posting on socials, everything you've been chasing wasn't actually for you. It was for your friends, for society, for validation, for people who don't even remember what you posted last week. Isn't that scary? What's up, guys? Welcome back to Tiga Talks. Today, we are talking about something that sounds simple but is actually one of the hardest things to accept. You are who you are, not who your parents want you to be, not who social media tells you to become, not who your friends think you should act like. But wait, who are you? Have you one day sat down to ask yourself, who am I? In a generation where everyone is constantly comparing themselves to everyone else, why is accepting oneself so difficult? Think about this. Someone starts a business, suddenly everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. Someone goes viral on TikTok, suddenly everyone wants to be a content creator. Someone gets a six-figure remote job, now everyone wants to learn tech. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with being inspired. The problem starts when instead of being inspired, you start imitating or copycatting. When you stop asking yourself, what do I actually want? And start asking, what are other people doing? We've become so obsessed with fitting in that many people don't even know who they are anymore. We are living in an era where people spend hours editing photos to look like someone else, filtering their personalities, and hiding parts of themselves just to be accepted, especially on social media. But here's the thing, you can impress people by pretending to be someone else, but you will never truly be happy doing it. And someone out there is asking me why, right? Simply because it is not you. That is not who you are. One of the biggest reasons people struggle with their identity is comparison. You open Instagram, someone your age just bought a car. You go on LinkedIn, someone just got a scholarship or just landed a big gig. You check on TikTok, someone is making money just by gyrating in their bedroom. And suddenly your life feels like it's going nowhere. But here is a reminder, you are comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlights. You don't know their struggles, you don't know their sacrifices, you don't know their story. And most importantly, their journey has nothing, I mean nothing to do with yours. Take for instance, a mango tree and a coconut tree don't grow at the same speed. Yet, both become exactly what they were created to be. Now imagine a mango tree feeling insecure because it isn't growing coconuts. Sounds ridiculous, right? That's exactly what we do as humans. We compare different lives, different gifts, different journeys, and then wonder why we are unhappy. Here is a hard truth. Not everybody will like you, and that's okay. Some people won't like the way you talk, some won't like your opinions, some won't like your personality. And honestly, that's none of your business. Because if you spend your entire life trying to be liked by everyone, you will definitely end up losing yourself. You are not a chocolate. Think about the people you admire, whether it's a musician, an athlete, or an entrepreneur. Do you know what they all have in common? They are unapologetically themselves. The moment you become comfortable with who you are, you stop needing permission from everybody else. And trust me, that's one of the most satisfying feelings in the world. Accepting yourself doesn't mean refusing to grow. No, no, no. It doesn't mean saying, this is just who I am. You're not using it as an excuse for some bad behavior. Self acceptance means understanding where you are while still working toward where you want to be. You can accept yourself and still improve. You can love yourself and still grow. You can appreciate your journey while still chasing your goals. The problem is many people believe they'll finally be happy when they become someone else. You know, when they get the money, when they get the relationship, the job, or even the body shape. But happiness isn't waiting at the finish line. If you can't appreciate who you are now, you will struggle to appreciate who you become later. Because there will always be another goal, another achievement, another level. And that's why self worth has to come before success. So, here's what I want you to remember: you don't need to become somebody else to be valuable. You don't need to copy someone else's life to make yours meaningful. You don't need everyone's approval to be enough. You are who you are, and that's your greatest advantage because nobody can be you better than you. The world already has a lot of copycats. What the world needs now is the original version of you. So stop shrinking yourself, stop comparing yourself, stop apologizing for being different. Own who you are. Work on yourself. And for crying out loud, grow. Never lose yourself trying to become somebody else. Always know that you are unique, you're different, and you are who you are.